Hi guys, so I've had my channel now, well, over 4 years, which is just crazy to think how quick time has gone. And obviously in that time, I've made tons of dioramas and obviously painted miniatures, especially with a good old Slapchop painting technique that came out sort of a couple of years ago. Obviously, I know it's been out for donkeys, but obviously to me, yeah, a couple of years ago, that's when it all changed for me and painting miniatures. And over this last good 2, 3 years, well, I must have painted some 400 odd miniatures, maybe even more, and most of them were 3D printed. And I know in a lot of the videos where I did those 3D printed miniatures or painted them, I know a lot of people sort of did this say, well, that's all right, well and good if you've got a 3D printer. And I accept that is true. But this is a little guy that I recently painted. Well, I painted him today. He was 3D printed, but not by me. So this is a great thing now. You don't have to have a 3D printer to get 3D printed miniatures. And one of those places online that I used to get all the miniatures that I did used to 3D print was My Mini Factory. Obviously, hundreds of awesome, talented sculptors there to get all your miniatures. So that's where I did get them to 3D print. But now My Mini Factory company has an Only Games Crate where you can get hold of loads of those lovely STLs. Whether you're into fantasy or sci-fi, they've got you covered. And each month it's by different creators. And there's 3 miniatures in each box. So again, whether you're sci-fi or fantasy. So this is how the boxes look. And yeah, they're certainly well packed in there. So I say it's 3 miniatures in each one, whether you go down to the sci-fi route or the fantasy route. For me, yeah, I kind of equally like them both, I guess. If I could only choose one, then I guess I'd probably do more of the sort of fantasy side. As yeah, I guess my heart does lie more with D&D and Hero Quest and that sort of thing. But yeah, the sculpts, as you can see, yeah, no surprise really. Some very talented artists over at My Mini Factory. And as I say, these ones, when it comes to painting, yeah, these are the miniatures I love because there's a ton of detail on them. I do love this dude. He's obviously some sort of knight paladin. But he looks like a bit of a jester as well with those silly little things on his head. And obviously the sci-fi characters. Yeah, extremely well made. And again, a ton of detail in these. So painting these is, well, certainly going to be a lot of fun. And, well, that's what I'm going to do in this video. So I'm going to show me painting one of these. And, well, I think it's going to be the Knight Paladin looking one. And they also do a coloured painted miniature, which is just insane. I don't know how they do that. I'll leave all the links down below to where you can get, obviously, a whole lot of more information. I do have a discount code as well, so I'll leave that down in the description. And that's where you'll be able to get your first month for free. This only applies to the fantasy sci-fi crates, not the coloured crates. And the price for the crates is £15 a month. And this also includes the shipping. Again, check out the links down below, guys, to get a whole ton of more information. Right, let's crack on and see how easy it is to paint one of these miniatures. Say, for me, this guy just stood out the most. Obviously, I do love paladins. I love knights. I do like, well, I kind of prefer chunky ones, but this one's pretty cool. Obviously, the resin, yes, the resin they use is obviously a very good one because, as you can see, there is flex in the miniatures, and this is something that obviously that is important because, well, touch wood, I've not really dropped, I don't think, any miniatures, but this sort of thing does happen, and sometimes it can happen when painting. If you do get a miniature that is brittle, yeah, things like swords, spears, well, anything small and pointy can fall off. So these miniatures, yeah, definitely been 3D printed with some good, decent resin. Let's say painting wise, yeah, we all know my favourite. So primed in black, dry brushed white. And this is why, guys, honestly, this is why I have been able to paint so many miniatures in the past few years. I haven't said it for a while, but go and check some of my videos that I made when I first started this channel. And you'll hear me constantly moan about how I hate painting miniatures. And it's true, for the first sort of year, 2 years, I didn't really paint miniatures. I made probably more dioramas, buildings, scrap yards, anything that was rusty, I could make pretty well. But yeah, painting miniatures isn't something I did. But obviously, I've certainly made up for that in the past 2, 3 years. That's for sure. Yeah, I wish I'd kept some sort of record. I don't know how I'd have kept a record on how many miniatures I have painted in this last 2, 3 years, because it's definitely a good 400, 500. Maybe even a whole lot more. Who knows? But yeah, absolutely loving it. And I say for me, this chap, yeah, I just love how he looks. He's pretty cool. It's almost like a camp knight. He doesn't look too ferocious, but he looks like the kind of guy you'd want to take out and yeah, have a beer with. But anyway, I'm waffling. Let's get back to painting. So yeah, speed paints, Dipping Inks by Green Stuff World, obviously my go-to. As you can see here, yeah, always paint the lids. Although if you've seen my new paint rack, you'll have seen I've also painted handles, because sometimes the paints, they look a little bit different on a miniature to how they actually look on, well, on the little color on the side chart of the bottle. So very important to sort of know what your painting will look like before painting. It's only a few paints that do it. So this brown one, although on the bottle it does look a whole lot lighter, but it comes out really dark, which is fine, because if you know what it's going to look like, then you know this is the one you want when you want a dark brown floor. So yeah, obviously it didn't take too long to paint this guy. I say because of how he looked. Again, I didn't want to make him look ferocious. I'm not going to go to battle damage. Although that being said, I do put a wash over obviously all the metallic bits at the end, just because, well, I like things to look a little bit lived in. But for me, yeah, this guy, he doesn't look that ferocious. But I love how he looks, because again, he's a knight, he's in armor, he's got, well, he's dual wielding a sword and a, well, kind of a mace of some sort, I guess. But yeah, guys, don't forget to check out the links down below to the Only Games Crates, and to see which monthly creators it is on both the sci-fi and the fantasy. As obviously, as well as this, you also get subscriber benefits. You get 20% off all the accessories from high quality brands at the My Mini Factory company, as well as a 20% discount on that month's creator. So if there's a creator you really like and they pop up, yeah, you get 20% discount on that as well, which is, well, it can't be too bad. And you also get 20% off all color models on the Only Games for crate subscribers. So yeah, definitely worth taking a punt, being a subscriber, getting your free lovely miniatures each month, and obviously all the discounts that come with it. And there we go. In the time it's taken me to waffle on, there's another miniature to add to my list. So maybe that's 401 miniatures now painted. Although, yeah, I'm sure it's a shed load more. And that's how simple it is to obviously paint these wonderful miniatures. So yeah, guys, check out links down below to find out more information and to see which creators are, well, that month's creators. And I say, don't forget, guys, there is a discount code down below. It is HOBBYISTCRATE, all caps. It's in the description, though, in case you forget that. And that will give subscribers their first month for free. But again, that's only applied to the fantasy and sci-fi crates, not the coloured crate, which, again, I still don't know how you can 3D print a colour miniature. Maybe I need to go and find out and, well, so I can get one of those printers myself. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the video and found this informative. Don't forget to hit that like button, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video where I'm painting, well, probably more miniatures, I would guess. Okay, guys, that's it. Bye for now.